See you next week. We're headed to Bozeman. Skimum here. Headed to Bozeman. Check it out. I got my spirit animal here. All right, I'm about to take you on a trip Oregon along the Columbia River Gorge, Silver Mountain in Idaho. Stop at Philipsburg on the way to check out some art galleries. And then next we head to Bozeman. Introduce you a little bit to Bozeman. All right, let's get on the road. So we head north from Bend on US 97, passing through Redmond and Terrebonne. We see the flat juniper-dotted high desert landscape quickly shifts into expansive plateaus framed by the Cascade Range. The jagged snow-capped peak of Mount Jefferson anchors our view to the west. Pass through Madras, driving briefly into the canyon before climbing back up to the high plateau. As we continue north on US 97, navigating the rolling, high-elevation terrain, there's staggering, unobstructed views of Mount Hood dominating the western horizon. We approach the scenic town of Shaniko. Shaniko has weathered wooden storefronts, rusted antique cars, and an old pioneer charm. Dirksen, that gal, I like her shows. Dirksen and some guys from San Francisco bought that. The mayor of the town. Beautiful town of Shaniko. What will happen with Shaniko? Very strange. It was here because they were raising, what was it, sheep, right?
Yep.
Raising wool, and the railroad came through here. They take the wool, send it out to the world. There's vast, undulating expanses of golden Central Oregon farmland stretching out underneath an enormous sky. Looking straight north across the state border, the broad, massive shoulders of Washington's Mount Adams rise up perfectly behind these spinning windmills. To try over and over again because sometimes you just don't get the right one. As it begins its long, dramatic descent toward the river. The rustic farmland is progressively contrasted by rows of massive, modern white wind turbines spinning gracefully along the ridges. The road sweeps downward through stark canyon walls, revealing the town of Biggs, hugging the shoreline of the Columbia River Gorge. As we hit the bottom of the grade, turn onto I-84, historic Columbia Highway. The open desert abruptly gives way to majestic, towering basalt cliff walls carved out by ancient Ice Age floods.
Take the I-182 US 12 exit towards Spokane, Walla Walla.
Thank you, Siri. This seems like the perfect time for an intro for my YouTube. Hi, Skimum here. We're on our way to Montana. We're doing a painting delivery, and we're in the truck, our cool old dependable truck, and there's no air conditioning and it's hot. So what do we have?
Well,
take the I-182 exit.
it totally works.
It's luxurious.
Oh, it's luxurious.
Oh, the misters.
Oh,
Makes
like an ancient
105 degrees feel like
like a Grecian getaway.
Headed to Bozeman. Okay, it's windy in here, so this seems like a good time to practice the microphone and compare it to the intro where I said, hi, Skimum here. Welcome to my YouTube. We're going to Bozeman. And so I'm just going to see if this is any better. So, you have anything to say, Dave?
I'm having a
a wonderful time driving. No air conditioning.
As we continue our drive towards the Tri-Cities, we capture a landscape completely carved by water on an apocalyptic scale. This segment of our trip follows the path of the Great Missoula Floods, a series of cataclysmic Ice Age megafloods that entirely reshaped the Pacific Northwest between 15,000 and 18,000 years ago. We are literally driving on the floor of an ancient channel that once experienced the largest documented freshwater floods in the Earth's history.
Look at that.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Now we roll through the Spokane Valley, through the urban core of eastern Washington, before crossing the state line into the pristine Idaho lake destination, Coeur d'Alene, for a break. There's Coeur d'Alene Lake! Have you ever been in a Hallmark store? Oh, I'm sure this probably totally doesn't seem like my style at all.
When I was a little girl, we used to totally go to Hallmark, and because we would collect stickers, so I had to walk through Hallmark.
Where's the stickers?
Remember that, having sticker albums when you were a little girl? Collect the stickers and then you could trade them with your friends. But I wasn't really very good at it because I like to stick the stickers. So instead of just cutting them out and the paper backing and putting them into my album, I would stick them in my album.
Then you can't trade them. So, see, there's a lot of different sides to Skimum that you might not ever guess. I probably won't buy anything though, because most of it's made in China. Lake Coeur d'Alene is a stunning glacier-carved alpine jewel nestled in the mountains of the Idaho Panhandle. Known widely as the playground of the Pacific Northwest, it stretches over 25 miles long with roughly 109 to 135 miles of heavily timbered shoreline. It serves as a premier summer resort hub famous for its deep, crystal blue waters, striking mountain backdrops, and a rich industrial history rooted in Native American trade, logging, and silver mining. The lake basin was carved out by those receding continental ice sheets during that last ice age. It is primarily fed from the south by the St. Joe River and the Coeur d'Alene River. Its lone outlet is the Spokane River, which carries the water westward into Washington. The French fur traders named the local indigenous people the Coeur d'Alene tribe. The name Coeur d'Alene translates to heart of the all. It's named after the French name for the tribe of American Indians who lived in the region. It was a nod to their incredibly sharp trading skills. Okay, we're stopping midway to Bozeman, and we're stopping at Silver Mountain because you can get a great rate at a nice hotel because it's not ski season. I think that's part of the ski resort, maybe. As we continue on past Lake Coeur d'Alene to Kellogg, it's just about 35 to 45 minutes through Idaho's historic steep-walled Silver Valley. The lake shores give way to deep pine canyons as we approach a town that completely transformed itself from a gritty mining hub into a premier four-season mountain resort. We skied it on the Indy Pass. I'll share it. It's actually really a fun ski hill. It doesn't look like it would be, but it's actually super fun. Our drive continues, climbing over the scenic 4th of July Pass before dropping down into the mining-turned-resort corridor, Kellogg. Here's a peek at our Indy Pass visit. Legend of Noah Kellogg. In 1885, a broke prospector named Noah Kellogg was out searching the hills. Local lore says his donkey wandered off, and when he finally tracked that stubborn animal down, it was standing on a reflection of pure galena, leading to the discovery of one of the richest silver veins on Earth. Skimum here. We're up at Silver Mountain Resort in Kellogg, Idaho. We're going to get on the gondola so you can be ready for the lifts to open at the top. The town grew into a booming industrial center. Over the next century, this tiny valley produced over 1 billion ounces of silver. It pivoted to tourism. When the major mines finally closed in the 1980s, the town faced collapse. In a brilliant survival mode, they pivoted completely to outdoor recreation, skiing, building a massive ski resort village right off the interstate, Silver Mountain in Kellogg. Skimum here with Willie Bartlett.
Talked about how good the skiing is. Diversity of terrain, a lot of everything. A lot of good steep tree skiing, but like tons of good chill groomers.
Down off the gondola from skiing. I'm gonna head in here and get a massage. It's so decadent.
I knows how to smoke the meat. Excellent.
You can find more Indy Pass shorts on the Indy Ski Pass playlist on my YouTube channel. We are here in the summer months, even though we're on a road trip and we're not going to stick around too long. It offers mountain biking. Go hike the Fire Lookout on Kellogg Peak. There is also a hard enduro race hosted on Silver Mountain. It also provides for great skiing, as you just seen. We are staying right at the base of the Gondola Village. It's incredibly accessible from I-90 and it makes a perfect stop for one night on our way to Bozeman. The gondola is the absolute star of the town. The town sits at a low valley elevation and the resort built a 3.1 mile single stage gondola to carry visitors to the mountaintop. The winter skiing and snowboarding is amazing, offering 15,000 acres of terrain, which you just saw. We stayed under the gondola. Dun, 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 dun. We're in 153 and this is what it looks like. So if you want to come here and ski, you might get this one. Pretty cute little, hi. Cute little room. Has a little kitchenette. Let's see if I can turn on the lights here. A little kitchenette and a nice outdoor patio. What's going on out here? Hi. Is this where the water park is? There's a water park. Oh yeah, look, there's a water park. I don't know if we'll get any shots of the water park though, because I like swimming, I just don't really like getting wet. Ah, pretty cute. Feel like you're in Vail, maybe. And this is our cute little patio to our room. Nice. Little table. Yeah, pretty cute. Pickleball. We have a giant chest. I love giant chests. Silver Rapids Water Park. Fun. And also, located right at the base village in our hotel, is Idaho's largest indoor water park. It is housed in a massive climate-controlled dome kept at a perfect 84 degrees year-round, complete with a surf simulator, wave pool, water slides, and a lazy river. Fun, you guys! Silver Mountain ski area has certainly made Kellogg a legit ski town, indeed. region, and the resort built a 3.1-mile single-stage gondola to carry visitors to the mountaintop. The smooth, quiet ride takes about 19 to 25 minutes and carries its passengers 3,400 vertical feet into the clouds, offering staggering 360-degree views of the Idaho Panhandle and National Forest. Mining. Morning. Good night's sleep at the ski resort, and now time for a little coffee and back on the road. This looks like a cute little spot. Is it? Oh yeah, cute. With their skis on the wall. Oh, Lookout Pass. Pretty old, isn't it? Now we're back on the road after our delicious cup of coffee and nice visit to Kellogg. Here we pass over Lookout Pass Ski and Recreation Area, an iconic mountain resort famous for straddling the exact state line between Idaho and Montana. Sitting directly off of the Interstate 90 at exit 0, it has the distinction of being Idaho's oldest continuously operating ski area. Because the resort spans the state border, the Idaho side operates on Pacific Time, while the Montana slopes operate on Mountain Time. You can literally ski out of Idaho into Montana and cross an hour into the future before riding a chairlift back into the past. The resort sits on a unique geographic pocket that acts as a natural funnel for winter storms. It averages an incredible 400 to 450 inches of light, dry powder each season. Typically, the first ski mountain open in the region. Somebody has a pile of antlers. They're going to be making some antler art. Do you need some antler chandeliers? It's your lucky day. Maybe those are going to, like, I don't know, Bozeman, the Yellowstone Club. Maybe they're doing an installation in a lodge. And you know, antlers that they fall off every year. Check that out, that is wild. Pile of antlers. Now that we've crossed over Lookout Pass and we are in Montana, we're in the absolute heart of the Ice Age mega flood story. We trail the stunning Clark Fork River, passing straight through the basin where the ancient reservoir was stored, tangible proof of the apocalyptic water volumes that once filled these valleys. The valleys suddenly pinched together tightly, multicolored rock layers along the canyon walls that were ripped through as a tight channel like a high-pressure nozzle, stripping away the vast layers of dirt and exposing the hard 1.4 billion-year-old bedrock.
In half a mile, take exit 153 for Montana 1 toward Drummond, Philipsburg.
To go to Philipsburg to check out an art gallery. Philipsburg, Montana is one of the most successful small town survival stories in the American West. Nestled in the Flint Creek Valley, it has successfully transitioned from a rough and tumble 19th century silver mining hub into a highly energized capital of heritage, tourism, artisan shops, and fine art. Here we are arriving at Drummond, heading towards Philipsburg. Highway 1 is the first paved highway in the state. The vast valley of farmland stretches out before us into the Sapphire Mountains and the Pintlers. The valleys narrow and turn into pastoral lands. The route changes dynamically as we head south along the Flint Creek, surrounded by old mining history, pine-covered mountain vistas, and rolling ranch lands, the sweeping landscape of wide valleys. The first paved highway in the state that leads straight into the beautifully preserved 19th century silver town of Philipsburg. In the 1860s, silver was first discovered south of town in 1864. By 1867, the town was growing at an unbelievable rate of one house per day to support the influx of miners. The town was named after Philip Didesmeyer, a legendary mining engineer hired to design the area's massive silver stamp mills. True prosperity exploded in the 1880s with the development of the Granite Mountain Mine, located on a steep ridge just above the town. It became the greatest silver producer in the United States, churning out over 20 million in silver bullion. Then it pivoted to sapphire. When the global silver market crashed in 1893, the town was saved by the sudden discovery of a rich sapphire deposit at nearby Gem Mountain. During the peak of the boom, Philipsburg grew to a bustling community of over 3,000 residents made up of a fascinating cross-section of people. St. Louis investors, Easterners, wealthy mining barons bankrolled the major operations. They built grand structures.
Head toward East Stockton Street, then turn left after Flint Salon. Illume Gallery West is on the left.
Thank you, Siri.
There it is.
This is going to be fun to check out the gallery scene here.
There's another gallery here, too. This cute little downtown here.
The art scene. After decades of quiet decline following the closure of logging and mining operations, Philipsburg launched a deliberate, highly successful resurgence dubbed the scenery economy. Fine art. Philipsburg is quickly becoming a regional fine art destination.
Found something awesome here. Here. It's my spirit animal. Here, I'll show you. What'd you say, Dave? What is that?
Oh, good hill for safety down there.
He said, good skateboard hill for downhill slalom race.
The town is anchored by Illume Gallery West on Broadway Street, a premier fine art gallery that showcases nationally recognized Western oil painters, sculptors, and landscape artists. The gallery hosts major events like the Treasures of the West Show, which is happening this weekend as we pass through town.
Here we go. See, this is where you find it. Illume Gallery West. Okay, so you guys are YouTube too. Yeah.
Cool, good job.
Fantastic show event here this weekend where they have a ranch. She used to have galleries in Utah, in St. George and Salt Lake, and she moved here about 5 years ago, and the breadth of work in this gallery is extraordinary. They're having an event this weekend where 40 artists are coming and they stay at the ranches and they do work, and instead of having a quick draw, a lot of these are oil paintings, they have an event where it is, they just finish the last bit of a painting. So really neat to come and visit.
It's like the Treasures of the West Show, which is happening this weekend as we pass through town, bringing dozens of top-tier artists to paint live on local ranches.
Run for Life Jones!
The Painted Ladies architecture, the town meticulously restored its historic 19th century business district, painting the historic brick and masonry facades in vibrant, eye-catching Victorian colors that look incredible, and brick storefronts with elegant scrollwork to replicate the refined architecture they missed from back east. Europeans, hard-working underground miners, arrived by the thousands from Ireland, Cornwall, Germany, and Scandinavia. Enduring freezing winter Montana temperatures and dangerous 3-shift mining cycles.
cool buildings, man. All right, let's go. Leaving Philipsburg. Continuing on Highway 1, first paved highway in the state. As we leave the historic streets of Philipsburg and continue on south on the Pintler Scenic Byway, it takes us deeper into the high alpine country of the Anaconda Pintler Wilderness, arriving at a pair of breathtaking year-round outdoor playgrounds, Georgetown Lake and Discovery Ski Area. Georgetown Lake is a sprawling 3,000-acre reservoir sitting at an impressive elevation of over 6,300 feet. It offers world-class fishing and summer lake life with pontoon boats, kayakers, and windsurfers. People also winter ice fish here, framed perfectly by the snow-capped Pintler Mountains. Discovery Ski Area is known to Montana locals as Disco. Discovery features 3 distinct faces. The front face features wide-open, perfectly manicured cruiser runs that are ideal for families, beginners, and smooth carvers, while the off-piste features challenging tree skiing, steep glades, and natural moguls. The backside, which faces north, called Limelight, this is what gives Discovery its legendary reputation among expert skiers. The backside drops off a steep head wall. The rock rim shoots at a 55-degree pitch, some of the steepest lift-served terrain in the Pacific Northwest. The statue on top of the mountain overlooking Butte is Our Lady of the Rockies, a massive 90-foot-tall stark white monument built in the likeness of Mary, the mother of Jesus. It sits directly atop the Continental Divide. Where you get off if you want to go to Yellowstone National Park. It's a pretty valley. Now we head on to Bozeman. We can see the Spanish Peaks in the distance. Bozeman is highly famous for its beautifully preserved historic architecture and, of course, Montana State University. Made it into Montana and we're in need of a car wash. Buggy, 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 buggy. Good as new.
That's pretty clean.
Pretty clean. All right. Yeah, we're in Bozeman. We're not staying there though. Saw this and it reminded me of Charlie the Unicorn. Made it to our rental in Bozeman. Pretty cute little spot. This'll work for a week. Pretty cute. Cozy bed, good view. Gotta be honest though, it's a VRBO and I've never done this before, and the whole like getting in process and like needing a new app and software and not being able to talk to a human and check in and have a phone number is frustrating to me. I don't know about VRBO, but anyway, we're glad we're here. We are here to visit old friends of David's from Montana State. David earned a fine arts degree here at Montana State. Some of his friends are architects, builders, and the like. The town of Bozeman features an incredibly cohesive, vibrant downtown that seamlessly balances late 19th century frontier elegance with early 20th century Art Deco and Romanesque style. It is known for its architecture. Cool old school for learning. Here we're visiting the Emerson Center for the Performing Arts and Culture and the historic Wilson School. These are two of Bozeman's absolute finest examples of historic adaptive reuse. Both structures were originally built as landmark public schools by the city's premier architect, Fred Wilson, and both have been beautifully repurposed and remain vibrant hubs of community life today. Built in 1918, the building originally opened as the Emerson Elementary School. Wilson designed it with grand wide corridors, soaring ceilings, and large multi-pane windows meant to flood the classrooms with natural mountain light. It served generations of Bozeman children until it finally closed its doors as a public school in 1992. It had a creative rebirth. Instead of tearing down the historic brick school, a passionate group of local artists and preservationists stepped in. Today it is a bustling nonprofit community arts center.
For learning.
It looks so stunning today because of a mix of massive late 1800s railroad economic boom money and highly aggressive modern preservation laws. Bozeman was founded in 1864 by John Bozeman as a key scouting outpost along the Bozeman Trail. The railroad came along. The city's aesthetics completely shifted overnight in 1883 when the Northern Pacific Railroad reached the valley, and bricks came along.
That is cool. It's a theater, and they actually have a fun play being done. The Music Man is such a fun play.
The Ellen Theater, ornate Baroque revival-style vaudeville theater, which went up in 1919.
This is where David lived when he was in college. He lived right up there, above Revolver, right there. That was his window, right there, right above what's now Revolver Men's Store. You know we'll be coming there tomorrow.
Suddenly, a frontier town made of rough timber was flooded with wealth, machinery, and premium construction materials. Merchants immediately began building elaborate two-story brick storefronts topped with highly detailed pressed metal cornices to show off their new prosperity. Bozeman made a bid for the capital. In 1891, Bozeman made a bid for the capital city, a major bid to become the capital of a newly formed state of Montana. To look the part, the city funded the construction of grand urban landmarks like the towering four-story Romanesque Bozeman Hotel. While it lost the political capital status to Helena, Bozeman kept the permanent architectural grandeur. And now, after a long day of traveling from Kellogg, Idaho to Bozeman, Montana, with wonderful stops in between, we are hungry. And of course, I am seeking a steak dinner. So David is taking me to Ted's. And yes, this is Ted's, as in Ted Turner's steak restaurant in downtown Bozeman. It is located in the lobby of the Baxter Hotel. Check out this wonderful architecture.
Look at this cool lobby. Check out the cool lobby. I think this has been here for a long time, but I don't know. I'll look into it and narrate it for you.
Fred Wilson was Bozeman's most legendary hometown architect.
Arriving in 1910, Wilson designed almost every iconic structural anchor lining Main Street today. Hotel Baxter is a soaring 6-story Art Deco and Italianate masterpiece that anchors the downtown landscape, capped by its iconic glowing red neon Baxter sign, and houses Ted's, a great steakhouse.
Here we are at Ted's. Look at it. I love it.
Cool Art Deco. The Wilson School was built in 1902 and massively expanded by Fred Wilson in 1936. This colossal 3-story structure served as Bozeman's original high school and later its middle school. Heavy masonry, majestic arched entryways, and intricate decorative brick patterning along the roof.
I love the adventure of not knowing what things are. Look at this. There's the Gallatin County Courthouse. That's what you were saying.
Gallatin County Courthouse, a beautiful structure built with stark, clean Art Deco, classicism, and intricate stonework.
Used to be the jail, but now it's the History Museum. If only those walls could talk.
Fred Wilson was Bozeman's most legendary hometown architect, one of the more influential architects in the area.
Bozeman certainly embodies history. In front of the Hofbrau, her story, his story, a great story. All right, we made it to Bozeman. We're having a good time. I got more to bring you. We have more art galleries, parties at some architecturally amazing homes, a garden party. We're going to head up to Big Sky and check that out. Off to Sun Valley. Tune back in for the next episode next week. See you there. Okay, Skimum.